Well, I just got home today, and in the mail was this little dude that was sent to me by Greg Davis, who now owns the Oliver decals that Lyle and Helen Dumont used to do. So if you need Oliver decals, get a hold of him. I can't wait though. I have to put it on like now because that'll finish it off, see? So I'm gonna do that. Well, there we go. I think I got it centered. I'll probably second guess myself, but it looks every bit as good as what they probably did when they put them on after these things got off the boat. There we go. Oh, how about that? Completeness. So, one more thing crossed off our list. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. And today, we have one Italian tractor, one death wish of a jack, a Chinesium angle grinder, which has fallen to the ground and hopefully still works now, and a whole box of parts. And what we are going to do with said parts are try to fix the spindle more better. I have new stuff, you see, although I am not sure how it really fits together. I've got it pieced the way it shows in the book, but it doesn't really make sense to me according to this. I question this very much so. You see, this plate I would think should go up on there, but it can't. It's machined in such a way that it ain't going nowhere. So hopefully that will clear up as we dismount here. I mean, we'll drive that plate off maybe, and maybe it'll slide over this and this other one's wrong. I don't know. But step one is going to be much grinding, I'm afraid. Although step one might be take the tie rod loose, but I don't think so. I think step one's going to be grinding so it holds it still for us. So I'll get you mounted up on something and we'll start that. But I'm not sure how that's going to go. And what you want to do is you want to do your angle grinding inside of a building with dried leaves all around where you're working, trash over here, and an open container of fuel on the other side of you. That way, something is bound to happen. There will be an audio visual alert when danger is near. So anyway, let's get started. Well, it becomes very apparent that this is going to take much time. Much time. So, I don't know. I don't like shooting sparks all over everything, but really don't know what else to do. Should have done this before doing any painting. Oh my, what can we do here? We try to make things more better, and we just make them worse. So let's do that. Let's tilt this down. I wish you could feel this thing. It feels like every bearing in it is coming loose. And, you know, it's, what a piece of trash. I don't know. I just don't know about this. It is going to be quite an ordeal, I'm afraid. Because we don't know how far down in this welding job goes. That thing could have been way sloughed out. And, boy, I don't know. We're going to get it and try to hit it, I guess, after a while. Maybe, and see what happens. But, lots of grinding. Okay. I think we're ready to take some stuff off. I don't know. It's cold and miserable outside here, and I'm out here playing with stuff. I don't know. But I'm thinking of the final result when it would be so lovely. Okay, sure. And what did we do with our Ozzer? I think it's over in the other building. And we're not going to get it loose, are we? Oh, apparently the two have become one. And it is not going to let loose for me today. Why? You know? Why? That's a bunch of right there. We just had that off. There's no reason why that should be on there so tight. What a bunch of... God bless America. That makes no sense at all. Okay, so that was much Ozzing. Much more than it needed to be. And now, I will almost promise you that this nut will not come off in a good way. See, it's just, you just can't win, that's what I'm saying. So I'll tighten it up again. And we'll start all over. You know, we can't catch a break, is what I'm saying. There. Yeah, it's obvious that our spindle is tight because we cannot move it loosely. So our next order of business is to get this loose, and then we will see if we can drive on it down. I can see the outline there. I've already disturbed it, so it's possible that this will come up. So that's good news for us, because I was worried that it wasn't going to come out of there. And do we have the appropriate tools handy? That's the question. We never do, so why should I be... Yeah, see, we don't have that. That one will fit there. Will this fit here? Yes, lovely. Our dairy farm fix is working beautifully. It's turning in there, which is good because that means it's not welded to the inside, which is what I was afraid it would be. But it's going to fight us the whole way. You know, this isn't our first day here. We know how it goes. It's going to be a battle, is what I'm saying. Oh, I see what that is. That's not actually a second nut on there. They just needed a spacer because they didn't have the right length bolt. So they put a bigger nut behind it. Because that's the appropriate thing to do when you have such a problem. You know, it looks nice. It's just appropriate. All over. Okay. We're not even going to pick that up, see? We're just going to move on with our lives. Because... There we go. And it's tight. And that's not a good thing in this case. Ah! Are we going to get this out of there? Probably not. We're going to drive on a vice grip. That's the right thing to do. Alright. Now, what do? We need to get this arm off. I can see the cracking around where it is. So my question is, do we grind some more? Do we just beat on it a little bit and hope it pops off? Looks like that's kind of working. I think we need more grinding in this area here. Once we get that, I think we can knock it off of there. And then we got to clean it up probably enough where it'll go down through. So we'll do that. We also got to take the wheel off or we're going to have a mess. All right. Jeez. There it's loose. All right. Now the question is, how do we get it off of there? Come with the front side and hammer on it, maybe? Yep. All right. Look at that nastiness. Nasty. Yuck. Okay. Yeah, sure. Fall. Okay, there we go. Good. Will that go down through there? It should. But I think we need to clean some burrs off just to be sure. Alright. Now would be a really excellent time to go ahead and remove the wheel. So, do you think we're going to do that? Maybe. I don't know. We got to find our correct size. I think that's actually it. How about that? That must be the one with the nut behind it. Yeah. Okay, there's one. Nut behind it, yes. And this one, no. This one will. There we go. Now, in a minute I'll show you something else that is not quite kosher, and that is I ordered as many new old stock parts as I could find from one place, and the wheel bearing they sent me, I can't even turn it by hand. I can't with two hands get it loose. So we'll try in a minute to squirt some brake clean in it and see if in fact it's just stiff or if it's garbage or what's going on, because that ain't gonna fly. This thing is so weird. It uses like regular ball bearings as wheel bearings, to my understanding. And the thrust bearing isn't a bearing. It's just like a brass washer. So, or copper or whatever it's made of. So, our next order of business though is driving the spindle out. So, I'm sure that this is going to just be a wonderful adventure. I'm gonna probably have to go get the much larger hammer, because I don't think this is, yeah, as suspected. That's what I figured would happen. So that's good. We didn't need that hammer, so that's cool. We'll go get the actual hammer, and then that should make short work of this. So just a minute. Okay, so for the halftime show here, I got this fancy little bearing, which is supposed to be the right part for the inner wheel bearing, I believe. And I got this roller bearing, made in USA. And even with two hands, I cannot get it to turn. I have never had this situation occur before. So the only thing I could think is maybe the Cosmoline from the 1960s or 70s has set up in there like glue. But if it doesn't work with brake clean, I guess I'm out of bearing. Because kind of unfortunate, because it turns out I could have got this from Napa much cheaper, because they charged me $17 for shipping. So that's really nice. But whatever. I don't think it looks like it's gonna go. Well, there we go. Nope, there it goes. Okay. It just took a minute. There's got a stuck spot in it there. It's got one place where it catches. That is unbelievable that old grease or whatever the protective material is enough to keep that where a guy can't turn it by hand. How about that? Pretty snazzy. Well, that's good. That's one less headache. I mean, I paid for the shipping, so I might as well use it. So we will. Yep. Just that much more better. Alrighty. Well, problem one is solved. Now if we can just get the spindle out. So tractor, I'm going to just go ahead and set this here for reference so that we understand what happens to parts that don't play nice. Because I am not going to fight for a long time. Let's come apart. Jeez, that's going to be a fight to the death, isn't it? What I'm worried is I'll end up mushrooming it enough that it won't fit through there. I don't know. I thought I had it on the easiest area too, where it turned, but I don't think it's going to turn anymore now. Boy, I don't know. Hopefully it'll go. Well, now we got a problem. You see, we are all the way pretty well flush, or as flush as I want to go, so don't ruin the housing. And I'm not sure that I can do this by myself. I'm also not sure that this is really working. I don't know. We'll probably end up taking the axle apart before this is done, but that's okay too, I guess. I know what I need, but I don't have it. When I worked at the shop, we had like a homemade punch that had a handle welded on it, and one guy could stand there and hold that, and the other guy drive on it with a sledgehammer. That's what I need, but I haven't got it. So what's our next bet? I can find a chunk of rod probably. I don't think this punch is big enough to handle it, but we can try it. I would have thought that as we got it out of the top bushing, like we are almost out, that it would have gotten easier, but it does not appear that that is the case. That is solid. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. Okay, we'll hunt up some type of thing to hold on there. And I'm also wondering, like someone said, I wonder if the spindle is slightly bent, because it looks like it's more to one side than the other. That could be our welding grinding job, but it is certainly possible that is it. And if that doesn't work, I can take the axle apart maybe and slide it out and take it to town and find somebody who's got a big press that they'll let me use to get it out of there. So we'll see though. I'd like to be able to just hammer this right out, but we know that it's going to be the most difficult way. So we'll see. All right, so I started thinking with my dipstick, and I think I figured something out. I got it drove down a lot more by setting this down on top of it and just hammering away. An old Bud wheel nut from about a 61 Ford F600. So now I'm hoping we might be able to do it with the smaller auger. There. How about that? It was just mainly the top where it was really unpleasant. Now, speaking of unpleasant, it's time to use the handyman jack again. Get it up high enough where that will fall out of there. There, look at that. One more click was all it took. Ooh. Okay. Boy, I'm not sure that it's really that bad. It looks like we pulled the bottom bushing out of the housing with that affair. So, other than getting everything totally covered with garbage, we probably wouldn't have needed our new spindle, but I sure think we do after it's been welded on. So we're gonna have to clean this out good, and then we're gonna have to demount this hub in order to see about this back plate issue, because this one does not have that gap to my knowledge, unless it's full of trash. It might be, maybe that gap is there, but I think it will all become more clear once we actually get this hub off of here. But spindle, the washers and everything are intact, so that wasn't the issue. It was just trash inside the tube. So just goes to show, keep your pipe clean, so otherwise it might get stuck in something. As always, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me what you thought, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.